to call this meeting of the Personnel and Human Services for July 21st to order at, looks like 4:01. And I'd like to ask Deanne to take roll.
Lutz?
Here.
Tilly?
Here.
Duranson?
Here.
McGinn?
Here.
Luna?
Here.
Garrett?
He's excused.
Krieger?
Yes.
Four present.
Okay. And at this time, we have minutes from 6/16/15.
So moved. Support.
We have a motion. Is there any discussion, any changes, anything found? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Same sign. Motion carries. Okay, at this time we have public input. All those that want to rush to the podium may do so at this moment. And we're seeing that great movement of nothing. So, moving on to petitions and communications for our meeting. Under item A, we have retirement coordinator, various requests to purchase governmental service credit. What is your pleasure?
I'll move it. Support.
Okay, we have a motion and support. Any discussion? Yes, Commissioner Creek.
Thank you. So I'm not sure who this will get directed to, probably Debbie. So these individuals that have put in within the date that we had our cutoff, are they all individually going to have actuarials done?
I think it would be more appropriate to ask Amber in Shauna's absence.
Yeah.
Great. The question is, are all of these individuals that are putting their applications in going to have separate actuarial studies done? Is that the request? Is that the
That's
question?
what I'm asking.
I do not believe so.
No, because they'll be going by the old formula.
Oh,
They'll be under the wire, so they'll be under the old formula. Anybody going forward, if this group decides to open that up, would have to have an actuary.
Okay. Okay. Guess that answers my question. Thank you.
So I believe moving forward, we would have to change something either in the ordinances or something.
Well, pursuant to the prior resolution that the board passed, in fact, anybody who is going to be trying to purchase that service in that amount of time in the future would have to have an actuarial study if that is a benefit that is available.
Right.
So if the collective bargaining units
Yeah, request it. Agree to that.
And right now,
Nothing after this.
right, there is nothing after this, so this is kind of the end of it
Right.
at this point. Anybody else? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, under 2, we have vacancies, under the Sheriff's Department, A, for road patrol. Oh, did I miss it? Personnel Director, I'm sorry. Under the Resident Service Coordinator for Center Ridge Arms.
Support.
I have a motion and support. Any discussion? I believe this is the same person that we tried to get a grant for, and the grant failed. Is that right? So now there's funds available to do this within the system. Correct? Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Same sign, opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Now we'll go to 2. Under vacancies, we have the Sheriff's Department, the Rural Patrol, full-time. And
Support.
we have a motion and support. Seeing any discussion? Yes, Commissioner.
I do. Sheriff, just a question. When we do this and we look for, new employees, is there a bank of these people that we tap from, or do we put just an ad in the paper, or we get in contact with Delta? Where do we find these people?
Usually we advertise through the personnel department, they put it out on the web, and we get numerous applications.
Okay.
They have to be certified.
I was gonna say, I know
We're
that
not
there's,
sending anybody to school.
okay,
You have to be certified or certifiable under state law.
and as far as past experience, if they've got it?
They don't need it, but if they're certifiable, we'll take a look at it.
Okay,
Because some people don't get hired right away,
okay.
but they are certifiable. There's a
Sounds-
small difference between the two.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. So, under item B, we have a health department. We can take both of them together, I guess. Registered nurse, temporary, full-time, and health educator, full-time.
So moved.
Have a motion and support? Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 3, Division on Aging Reorganization. What would you like?
So moved.
Support.
Have a motion and support? Any discussion on this issue? Yes, Commissioner
Since
McGee.
we have the Division on Aging head here, I guess if they could explain the reason for some of it, and just a brief outline of what the changes are and why you're making the changes.
Sure. The request comes as of September 30th, of course, our elder abuse grant ends, and I'm trying to absorb that case manager we brought on board for that grant, and I would like to reorganize to bring that case manager into our regular program.
Thank you.
Yes, Commissioner Kuhn.
If that grant ends, where does the money come for, through the reorganization for this individual?
Through our senior village, to support the existing positions. The additional position will come through our senior village.
And I thought we had a resolution, if the grant ends, the position goes away. Do we not have that?
The new millage was for the kitchen and future operations, but that expires next year. But we included in the budget, or at least a projection for it, that we would have some time to actually keep this elder abuse person if the grant went away until the special millage was up for renewal, which at that time we never intended to renew that. So there's two senior millages.
So there's money in the one millage to absorb this position?
Right, what I did is, I had met with Tammy several times, and Kim, and we put this together so that it would be smoothed out, and actually, the construction came in lower too, that helped a little bit. But we planned the millage for extra operational funds too. So we have some for at least another year or so for the elder abuse.
And then if that millage goes away, then
We have to take a look at the budget. We had never, at least when we asked for it, we never planned on having that millage renewed, but you can if you want, but if you're gonna increase the millage, you might as well just merge the two.
And currently under the elder abuse program, we're serving, we coordinated with the Bay Area Women's Shelter, we're serving over 50 clients with abuse, and it's a shame that at the end of September, that we can no longer help manage those cases, and so I believe it's extremely important to continue that service.
Don't run away.
I was able to look up my notes from
Right.
2012 when we planned this, and at that time, the DOA budget was short about $150,000 a year to maintain services. So we included that, and then we had $25,000 in there for weekend and cold meals that we were short of money on, and $40,000 in order to return to 5-day home delivery, because we had cut that because of budget. And we added 70,000 fund balance, so they have a little fund balance to work with. And that was based on the annual. And then we had, at that time, 550,000 for annual debt service, but because we didn't need the borrowing, then we saved that, had the interest on that. So, for 3 years at 0.3 mils, I mean 5 years for 0.3 mils at 840,000 a year, so we're doing well on that. So those are the things that we had planned in addition to the kitchen.
Tammy, I just have one question. Is there any thoughts about, is there going to be any availability of grant funds in the future for a position like this?
Unfortunately, a lot of them I've been searching, they don't support admin or positions. They support the cause, but I have been searching to try to keep supporting it other ways. So I could never say never, but I don't know if there's continually searching for that.
Well, and elder abuse is a tremendous thing that we have to be watching out. It's happening more and more all the time.
Unfortunately, it is, yeah.
And I see it in my contacts with people, you know, and a lot of it comes from family members, and that's unfortunate.
It's a shame.
So, okay, any other questions for anybody? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, we are at number 4, reclassifications. This is for our WIC coordinator, our maintenance for community center civic arena for recreations and facilities, and building and grounds coordinator for a grounds coordinator.
I move to receive. Support.
We have a motion and support. Any comments? Questions? Seeing none? All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Okay, we're at item C, which is the health director. It's a renewal of agreement with Bay Health Plan.
So moved.
Support. We have a motion and support. Any questions or comments? Yes, Commissioner Rodriguez.
Just a question for Joel. I know the Bay Health Plan was pretty active before. We have the Healthy Michigan Plan going now, so I just wondered how that's affected Bay Health Plan and how those two are working together. If there are people still falling through the Healthy Michigan cracks, I guess.
That's an excellent question. Bay Health Plan has continued to provide limited benefits under their old style of plan, but because they have more than adequately, I would say expertly managed funding that they were able to receive to provide such services. In essence, they have capacity for about 1,400 people, but I think they have less than 100 people right now because of the Healthy Michigan Plan. Most people have expanded, or most people have taken advantage of the Medicaid expansion and are on Medicaid. But the one thing that Bay Health Plan does currently, and they're going to be working in conjunction with the University Clinic, is not only getting people signed up for Medicaid through the expansion, but also through the marketplace online. They will sit down and talk with people, talk to them about, kind of educate them about their different options that they might have, educate them about deductibles and co-pays. A lot of people get into buying insurance online and don't really understand it. They just get the cheapest coverage without understanding that it may have a high deductible or co-pay. So they will try to explain to them about that. And they will also work trying to fit folks in the community with needed resources as well. They're a very good resource. We're very grateful to have them at the health department.
I had a patient in yesterday that has a $4,000 deductible under, I think it was the Healthy Michigan Plan. I didn't know they had that high of a deductible. Maybe it's the marketplace.
I would think it's marketplace because
plan.
most people in Healthy Michigan have, they may have a deductible, but it's like very small, usually less than $20 a month.
The other part is, there's some concern about the Healthy Michigan has been popular and there's been more people signing up for it, and now a couple, year or two down the road, the state of Michigan's got to pick up, I guess, 10% of it, so there's a concern about the funding for the Healthy Michigan plan down the road, and if we can sustain it, I guess that's a concern that we have.
Well, it's a concern that every state is going to have. I think the bigger concern immediately, though, is whether or not they have a self-imposed waiver that they have to try to obtain. The federal government didn't force them to do that. That was a decision that the legislature made on their own. So I think that they're moving in that direction to get beyond the waiver. But if they don't, then potentially the whole Health Michigan expansion or Medicaid expansion could fall apart within the year. But hopefully that's not the case.
Thank you.
Joel, if you could let the public know where they can contact, get help trying to decipher all those plans that are out there.
Sure.
Yeah, for the TV.
You can go online to healthcare.gov if you choose to do so. Usually the sign-up dates, if you don't have coverage, are usually in November through March. But if you find yourself in a life-changing event, you can qualify at any given time. Life-changing events would be if you lose your job or if you lose your coverage for any reason, things like that. If you choose not to go online, or if you need more information, then I would encourage Bay County residents to get in touch with the Bay Health Plan. They can do so by visiting the health department. Their hours are pretty much the same as ours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Sometimes they'll ask you to make an appointment because they'll want people to bring in income statements and things like that to determine eligibility. Or they can talk to someone at the Bay Health Plan. They can call the health department number 895-4009, and we will connect them to the Bay Health Plan.
Thanks, Joel.
You're welcome.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Then we got number 2, which is Bay County Department of Community Health, the Plan of Reorganization.
So moved.
Support.
A motion and support. Any comments? Yes, Commissioner Cook.
Well, being Joel's here, could you just give us a brief description of what's going on, Joel?
With the plan of organization.
Yeah.
Every 3 years, the health department is accredited through the state of Michigan, particularly or specifically the Michigan Department of Community Health, or now it's called the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. They look at a wide range of the services that we provide: immunization, family planning, the laboratory. They've done WIC this year, maternal infant health program, environmental health, local food program, sewage program, communicable disease, the whole 9 yards. They come in and they do a full-blown audit, so to speak, program audit for a week coming in November. Part of the activities that lead up to that, we've done that. We've submitted a plan of organization every time, so this is probably the 4th time that we've done that in the last 10 years. Is basically, it's a series of documents that we send to the state that says, this is how we've organized, this is how we're organizing the health department. We report to the county executive and to the board of commissioners. These are the laws, the state laws, and local ordinances that we operate under. It talks about different mechanisms that we would enforce public health laws. It talks about different ways that we provide services. It's a very thick document about that big, but it helps us to obtain accreditation through the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
You're not changing anything, you're just...
No, there's no changes that are going to be made.
It's just your every 3 year submittal of that.
It's a technicality.
Right.
It needs board chair signatures as well as the county executive. So that's the reason why we're here.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. So that gets us down to referrals. I don't believe that we had any of those. And unfinished business is next, and I think we took care of all that. Any new business from anybody? Anything under miscellaneous? Any announcements? You guys
Motion to
should
adjourn.
good for at least one announcement. Okay, now we come to adjournment. What is your pleasure?
So moved. Support.
We have motion and support. We are adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.